So where would I love to see our diocese? I would love to see a network of spiritually vibrant churches with wide open front doors, accessible to all of all ages and cultures. I'd like to see joyful Christians captivated by the extravagant, generous love of God, who see drawing others to experience and respond to that love as their driving passion. I'd hope that that passion would override unhealthy parochialism, preserving, of course, a commitment to the communities they serve, but with a bias to work together with other churches, ecumenical friends, and people of goodwill. I pray that being a follower of Jesus would be for Monday to Saturday as living sacrifices, not just for maintenance of the institution. I hope it would be a church that values its heritage and tradition, but isn't enthralled to it, that it treasures its buildings, but sees them as a means to an end, rather than an end in themselves. I'd love us to be a church where the wider community sees and experiences us as a blessing and a transforming presence, both for individuals and the earth itself. That we be individuals and communities that pique people's spiritual curiosity because of the Spirit's transforming presence. I pray that our gatherings would go far deeper than just religious observance, but be places where relationships are restored, addictions broken, meaning and purpose discovered, and emotional, spiritual and physical healing released. I hope they'd be communities where it was safe to cry, places where we could look back bad and encounter love in response. I'd like us to be a church that was more and more a sign of God's kingdom, and God answered our prayer, "Thy kingdom come," through our sacrificial giving of ourselves to His service. I pray we'd be a place where if people had spiritual questions, we'd be the first place they'd look rather than the last. But I pray that when they did ask, they'd find answers, not simplistic ones, but rich and deep ones that allow them to move forward, confident in the love of God in the face of life's uncertainty. And I pray that we would humbly recognise our own inadequacies to fulfil this, and let that drive us to fervent, dependent prayer, not despair, in the face of an apathetic post-Christian culture. Could we work together to build a church like that? A community that more fully lives out the biblical vision? Do join us in the conversation.